What's up, guys? So, you guys who are here watching my videos are probably here because of a Frankenbike or a budget build or just like really dumb or interesting, depending on how you see it, stuff on bikes. So I thought I'd share another really cool Franken build. This one's actually my girlfriend's bike. If you look at it really carefully, I mean, if you just look at it, it looks like a regular old mountain bike, right? But if you look at it really carefully, there are actually some very cool things happening with this bike. So first off, front triangle is actually a Giant Trance SL, or Giant Trance X Advanced SL. It's a large. It's a 26er from 2011. But the rear triangle is a 29er Anthem Advanced SL. So that's like carbon front, aluminum back. And if you look carefully over here, it says 4.0, and over there it says 5.0. So here's a story about this. The 2011 Trance X Advanced SLs had issues breaking, I think it was the Maestro link or something in the rear triangle. And then the Anthems had issues breaking the front triangles right by the seat tube. So someone had the whole smart idea of putting these two things together and hoping it fits. My buddy found this frame somewhere on Craigslist, and then it's just been sitting in his garage for like hella long. And eventually he was like, you know what, I'm never going to use this thing, never going to spend time to actually build it up or anything. He just gave it to me. So thank you, Elliot, for the frame. Yeah. So that's what that is. That's a 2011 Advanced SL Trans X, 26 frame, large, and that's a 2011 29er Anthem Advanced SL. I have no idea how much travel this bike puts out at the moment. It's probably something like 80 to 100 mil. That's what it feels like. It took quite a bit of math and figuring out what shock to use on this. Yeah, didn't come with a shock, so I had to figure it out. The 6.5 by 1.5 I had just wooden clear. I think it was, yeah, the rocker was already like put in, and then the Maestro link thing was like knocking on the seat tube, so that was a no-go. The 7.5 by 2, which I have spare in a box too, was just too long. And then eventually we settled on, I think there's a 7 1/4 and 1 3/4 stroke. And it fits it perfectly. I think that's what the original Trances used as well. Yeah, so my guess is it's anywhere from like, it's probably like 80 to 100 mil, somewhere there. At least that's what it feels like. It pedals ridiculously well, by the way. Yeah, the only thing which I have spent money on this bike is that's a ZTTO cassette in the back. It's one of those cheap Chinese ones. It was probably like $25 or something. It's 1142. I got in a 30 narrow white chainring in the front, so yeah, that was what, $15 or something. I bought a chain guide, one of those Deckas single ring chain guides, which is probably like $15, 15 to $20 or something, which I've made a video about as well. And these XTR cranks I got off a guy off MTBR, actually, in the local forums, for $40 cranks, and it came with 3 bottom brackets, which was pretty sick. What else did I buy? I spent $20 on a front wheel. This is a Kenda Slant Six, 27.5 by 1.9. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, that's a 27.5 front and a 26 back. Yeah, 27.5 and 1.95. My bad. 1.95 front tire. I bought this one for like, the saddle came off a bargain bin at a bike shop for like $10, I think. And front brake, which actually matches the rear brake, I got for $15 off Facebook Classifieds. So how much do I have in this right now? I don't know, but maybe I'll do the math later and I'll add it up. It's probably like under 200 bucks as well. What this thing is built with. Check this out. So that's let's do this. That's a old Shadow Dynasis XT derailleur, no clutch by the way, with a wolf tooth. I just had these in my spare boxes, matched to SLX Dynasis 10-speed shifter, and these actually came with these iSpec clamp things, which I didn't have. So what I did was I took apart an old friction shifter, Sunrace friction shifter, which Jeremy had lying around, and I made the clamp work with the iSpec clamp. Wouldn't even know, and it probably is light as hell. What else? This thing's built with Reba Team. This fork actually came off my buddy Sean Hutchinson. He raced Trance Am and did a Western Express on a full suspension Motobacane. And this fork, which we see right here, actually came off his Motobacane. So that thing's got some history. Oh, yes, we are stuffing a 27.5 wheel in a 26 fork. Check that clearance out. It clears. The hairs on the tire definitely rub the crown, but eventually that'll wear out. Yeah, so we're doing that. So, this was also when carbon fiber was new. I guess they just started figuring stuff out with carbon fiber, and Giant decided to play it safe, I guess. Look at the size of this head tube. It needed something like an 8 3/4 steerer length to fit any kind of fork, and it was so tight with what Hutch's fork was that I actually got someone to 3D print this top dust cover. Got it off eBay, but he had to do 3D prints, a couple of these, and yeah, these 3D printed dust covers made the stack so low that there was enough clamp on the handlebars. Thank you, roadies who want to slam your stem, and for making stuff like this. Definitely saved my ass. Yeah, brakes. I had this one which came off my old Motobacane, if you guys remember. No, not Motobacane, the old Mongoose, which I gave away to Travis. It's a Elixir X9 SL, and then I got this one off Facebook Classifieds. Different color, but same brake, which actually kind of looks cool because it matches the whole red, white, and blue theme which we have going on here. Not intentional, by the way, just the way it happened. So that's pretty cool. Certain details did go into the bike, like if you look at the derailleur housing, it's like red, then the back is blue. I thought it was kind of cool, just little details. I actually have, yeah, this is just regular mastic tape, and then I actually have mastic tape with like ridges on the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see it, and then I covered it in duct tape. Pretty quiet so far. Oh, I did buy these pedals. These pedals are just Rockbros pedals. Yeah, Rockbros platform pedals. They're actually not too bad, and they don't have crazy pins sticking out, though I guess we could adjust these pins. They come with bearings and stuff too, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, front wheel came from Jeremy, which is pretty sick. Yeah, so Jeremy helped me move from my last spot, and he got his Surly disc trucker stolen. So he had some spare wheels. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I still feel really bad about that. But yeah, anyway, he got his bike stolen, and he had some spare wheels, so I took the front, and then the rear went to our other friend, Chris. This wheel came from my dad's old graveyard bin, which is kind of cool, actually. You can see it's a custom build. Left side spokes are silver, right side spokes are black, and they alternate in terms of nibbles. Pretty sick, right? Cockpit. Nor T40 carbon cockpit, carbon seat post, race-faced affect, handlebars, and stem came from Austin. Thank you, Austin. Yeah, Austin gave me a bunch of parts to build this thing, and I also built 2 other bikes up, which went to kids. The one with Paolo's daughter and Q's son, so they're riding bikes now too. But yeah, I kept some parts for this build. So those came from Austin. The grips came off the handlebars off my rower. Yeah, I've got a rowing machine downstairs with mountain bike bars zip tied on it, and that's where the grips came off of. Yeah, back tire was free. This one came from a dude who my buddy Jeremy bought a bike off of Craigslist. He was like, "You want some tires? Never gonna use these." It's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take them." So that's what that was. This came from a bike shop called Century Pedal in Fremont, I think. Yeah, Century Pedal. It came off their clearance bin. Was like $10 or $15. I can't remember. But the whole bike comes out to 26.68 pounds. Not too bad, actually. Yeah, so once again, man, budget builds, Franken builds, if you're smart about how you do this, you can actually build a very nice bike for really, really cheap. This is probably another sub $200 build. Yes, okay, so I am very fortunate and very grateful to have really, really good friends who help me build stuff like this. Not denying that at all, but I'm just once again showing you guys that you don't have to spend $3,000 on a mountain bike to have fun. Though I did test ride an Orbea Rayon the other day, and yeah, the difference between a modern bike of today and my Franken bikes, or even like my 26er Operator, it's a pretty big difference. But dude, that shouldn't stop. Like, not having a modern bike shouldn't stop you on getting out there and just riding a bike and having fun on the trails, you know. But yeah, 26.68 pounds. Rides pretty well. And that's my girlfriend's Franken bike. Giant Trance. Oh, totally forgot to mention. Thank you, Justin, for all your hacks and your helps in doing the math for me, and thank you for this really, really cool anodized seat post clamp. Yeah.